My name is Adam Varnes. I'm a professional learning specialist at CPM and a team member of our site-based leadership program, sometimes referred to as SBL. We are excited to offer a program that supports those in leadership positions as they implement CPM at their schools and districts. The site-based leadership program offers a variety of resources that help address challenges that may arise at your school site, as well as provide opportunities to collaborate with other leaders, support student learning, and build in-house leadership. Those are just some of the benefits of joining our site-based leadership program. To provide you with more information and address some frequently asked questions, we thought it would be best to discuss the program with CPM's Director of Professional Learning, Sharon Rendon. Alrighty, well, hello and welcome to a short discussion we're going to be having with CPM's Director of Professional Learning, Sharon Rendon. So welcome, Sharon. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. Hi, everyone. It's glad that you're able to join us for this conversation.
Awesome. So we are excited to be here with you, Sharon, and we appreciate you taking some time to talk about CPM's site-based leadership program. To start off, could you talk a little bit about what the site-based leadership program is and maybe talk about the vision for starting a program like this?
Sure, Adam. I would say part of it comes from my experience as a district leader and watching our district implement CPM materials. So, what happened was I was fortunate enough to be on a leadership team. I was in the classroom teaching. We had about 10 of us that were on this leadership team. And we got together on a regular basis and we're studying instructional practice, how we would like to see mathematics taught and learned in our classroom. And from that, we then kind of branched, we found CPM, we implemented that, and then we branched off and started thinking about what are our next steps past choosing a high quality resource, what needs to happen to keep improving our instruction and the students' success with CPM materials. So we shortly formed some instructional coaches, and some of us got some coaching training, and we started helping each other, and encourage maybe meeting together. We didn't have PLCs at that point in time, but we kind of were acting like a professional learning community. And then out of that, we had some folks that stepped out of the classroom and actually were in a leadership role. So I was fortunate enough to become the coordinator at the district level. So I was actually working with all 8 of our schools. So as I began to reflect on my journey, I thought, what is important for folks using CPM materials, and what would help them be most successful as they walk through this implementing journey? As you all know, CPM has a fantastic onboarding program where we have a foundations learning event, and then we have implementation support visits, and we offer a lot of support in the first 1 or 2 years. But after that, it's really more of like passing a baton. So it's like CPM has worked with districts to bring the materials in on board to help begin the initial traction, but then we hand the baton to the leaders and we work really to support the leaders, and the leaders really carry the vision and are the ones who hold the role of really making sure that instruction and learning happens as they intended. So that's kind of where it came from, and our vision is that CPM would really like to just support and work with leaders at school sites in order to continue high quality materials, instruction, and then students learning and having experiences that we know benefit them in the long term in terms of mathematics learning.
All right. Well, I appreciate you sharing out the vision and kind of like how the SBL program came to be. There's likely someone watching the video and listening right now, and they're just wondering, how does CPM define a site-based leader and what are those roles and responsibilities? So could you talk a little bit about, when we talk about site-based leaders, who is CPM referring to, and kind of what are some of those common roles and responsibilities that these SBLs might have at their sites?
Yeah, that's a great question, Adam. We get asked that a lot. Am I a site-based leader? So I would say yes. Anyone who is um, working in some type of leadership. Very much classroom teachers are absolutely leaders. Like you could be leading a team of colleagues, you could be leading a professional learning community at your school, you could be a department chair. So we definitely think that it starts with the classroom teacher, and there are a lot of opportunities for a classroom teacher to work in a leadership role. They may be sitting on an instructional team at their school, and
Mhm.
so they get to help make decisions of where their learning and the professional learning for teachers goes as a whole school. And then from there, it really can branch off. It definitely includes instructional coaches. We feel like they are playing a role in leading work at schools. It could be curriculum leaders. It could be definitely principals. Like if I'm a principal or an assistant principal and I am tasked with leading our math department, I definitely am sitting in the role of a site-based leader. And then it could be even assistant superintendents, superintendents, curriculum directors. So it's really a combination of folks in the classroom that are leading and perhaps folks that are not currently in the classroom that are also leading. So there's really not a, a one size fits all definition. Anyone who sees themselves as a leader, making sure that the vision of how students learn math and how teaching should happen is maintained at their school is in the role of a leader.
Alrighty. So one of the biggest questions we get as those on the SBL team is the time commitment. And I know a lot of leaders have busy schedules. They're packed. Their calendars are full, probably much like yours. And so they're just always a wondering about how much time do I have to commit to the SBL program. So can you talk a little bit about, what if someone wants to join the SBL program, what kind of time commitment are they looking at as part of being the program?
Well, I would say like you have to give us 10 hours a week. And no, just kidding. You don't really have to. So it's really quite flexible. So we've designed it so it could really fit your needs and what you're looking for. So we have kind of a spectrum. You could just go on and into the portal and find the resources that are in our on demand module. And you could just use those. You could say, oh, I need something to help with the first 90 days of instruction. You could get that tool, take it, use it with your team, and that could be the only thing you ever do. All the way from, we do offer monthly connection points. So we have some live Zoom meetings where we have a chance to connect with each other. We maybe share resources, what's working, networking. We have book studies. So we've offered the opportunity to come together where you would do some reading and then you have some time to have some conversation. That's a little more time commitment. And then we have a site-based leadership academy where you would actually travel. We have one running this year with over 20 participants. They're going to meet together for 3 days and really dive deep with the idea of leadership and how they can become better leaders and better serve their schools in the role that they're in. So it's really, it's kind of like a buffet. You can go to the buffet and take just a little bit, or you can go to the buffet and take a lot. You really get to choose how much you commit in terms of time, depending on what you're looking for, what your needs are.
Okay, Sharon. So another common question that we get is about a school's site-based leader. And should this be the same individual year after year, or should there be some kind of
Mm.
rotation at a school site? So what are your thoughts about like a site-based leader at a school site and this kind of continuation, this continual individual being a part of the site-based leadership program, or should there
Mm.
be some sort of rotation there?
Mm. Yeah, as I think about that, Adam, I don't think you can ever have too many leaders, people working to improve instruction and learning and really encouraging each other. So I would say everyone is welcome. So we are not going to cap the number of leaders that a site has. We really leave it to the site to define their leaders. The one thing I would challenge senior leaders is be looking for opportunity to build capacity in younger leaders. So sometimes I think as we move in leadership, we forget to look behind us and say, oh, who's there that I see leadership potential in or that I want to offer the opportunity to develop and to bring them along with them. So since we don't say, okay, each school only gets one leader or two leaders, or you get one leader per 15 people, we don't have a ratio or a cap. I would say yes and yes. Like leaders are welcome to join us and stay with us and continue their learning journey and networking and look for opportunities to bring new leaders on with them. So it doesn't necessarily need to be rotating, but I definitely like the idea of trying to look behind you and say, who might I bring with me, and who is a person that I see some leadership potential in, and how can I encourage them and help them develop on their leadership journey.
That seems fair to me. Yeah. So a
I
couple
also
more.
let me say one more thing, Adam. I also think sometimes we get into the trap that leadership has to happen outside of the classroom, and I think that is a facade. I think that we need leaders that are in the classroom. So we need our classroom leaders to feel empowered, to feel that they are have a voice and that the things that they're saying really matter. And so we need to build leadership capacity within our classroom teaching um, environment. And we need to make sure that our classroom teachers feel that empowerment and leadership as well.
Alrighty. So a couple more questions here as we kind of start to wrap this up. Um, so there has been questions before about kind of compensation and either the monetary aspects of the program, the cost to join, and maybe how a school handles maybe stipends for those who want to join the program. So kind of what are some of your thoughts surrounding those? And of course, you can talk about the cost to join the program and things like that.
Sure. Well, welcome to education in the United States of America. It's different everywhere, right? So, first of all, I'll start from the CPM side of things. There is not a cost to join the program. So, it's a program that we put on as a part of our professional learning. A lot of the work is housed within our professional learning portal so that you have access to as long as you have a digital license. And your school is active with us as implementing CPM materials. So that's the exciting part, is there's no cost for that. Of course, there are some small fees. We do offer a leadership session at our conference, and there would be some cost to attend that and participate in that with us. And then there's some cost to attend the Site-Based Leadership Academy. So those kinds of things have some fees attached to them, but just the participation in the program, there isn't a cost, which is exciting. In terms of schools, I think like if you're a leader that's not in the classroom, it could be easily a part of your day job, right? Like you could be assigned, okay, if you're going to participate in this book study, you would spend an hour reading the materials and preparing for the book study, and then an hour in the book study, and it would just be incorporated within your day's work. For those teachers that are in the classroom that are working on leadership, when they pursue things outside of the classroom, I'm always a benefit of us taking care of and honoring monetarily our classroom teachers and those working outside of what we might call a typical school day. So the districts that have really, I think, seen success have found a way to incorporate that into their stipends, whether it's their hourly rate that they pay outside of the school day or some other kind of model that their district has. We've seen a lot of different varieties when we work with different programs, but I would definitely encourage schools to think about who are their classroom teachers and how do we support them in their leadership, both with time and with compensation.
Okay, Sharon, you've provided some amazing and very useful information about the site-based leadership program. So as we kind of wrap this up, um, you've sold me. I want to join the site-based leadership program.
Woohoo! We got
Yep.
another one.
There we go. Yeah, I'm excited to join. What do I do now? Where do I go? How do I get involved? What are kind of those first steps to joining the site-based leadership program?
Well, welcome. We'd love to have you, Adam. Oh, I think you're already a part of us, but it's great. So it's really quite easy. So if you're familiar with our portal, so if you've been had your account created at my.cpm.org, you've been into our professional learning portal, you just can go on there and search for site-based leadership. It is a module that comes right up, and you can self-enroll. You don't have to do anything other than that. And then you'll just be a part of our regular communication. You can go on and look for resources that we have there in the different opportunities that are there for you. However, if you're still like, I don't know, I just need a little bit more information, we have a great team that would love to visit with you. So if you just want to email us at SBL, stands for site-based leadership. So SBL at cpm.org. One of the team members will reach out to you and answer your questions, help you navigate your way through the portal if you need a little bit of support in that. So we'd love to hear from you. So shoot us an email. Once again, it's sbl at cpm.org, and we'll get in touch with you.
Right. Well, once again, Sharon, I know you've got a very full calendar. Put that mildly. So I appreciate you taking some time and helping us get some questions answered for our site-based leadership program.
Thanks so much, Adam. It's been great to visit with you. And everybody, go out and join SBL so that we can partner with you and see the exciting things that are happening in your school and in your district.
We thank you for watching this discussion with Sharon about the site-based leadership program, and we hope that we were able to address many of the questions you have about the program. We encourage you to visit our website, linked in the description below, to join SBL and start taking advantage of all the great resources we have. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us at sbl@cpm.org. Thank you, and we'll see you soon.